In this video we will show you how to find court cases dealing with specific sections of an Act. We will use the database LexisNexis and we'll use the source the Index and Noter up to the All South African Law Reports and South African Law Reports. On the School of Accountancy Library Guide we will use the Tax tab and use the law sources. On the law sources we will go to the South African primary sources, court cases and legislation. Here we will make the LexisNexis selection. Please be aware of the off-campus login required. So once we've opened up LexisNexis, we will look for the Cases link on the left-hand side in the table of contents. Under the Cases table of contents, we will look for the index to the All South African and South African Law Reports. We will only focus on three entries: the Noter Up, Subject Index, and the Table of Statutes. So underneath the Noter Up, we will focus on South Africa. And you will soon notice that the Noter Up is alphabetized. Well, please remember that you must have the original court citation if you want to make use of the index, because the index section contains the names commented on or compared to or were considered by other cases. In our example of A&H Jobson investment, you can see the cases that were compared to or have been referred to or were even considered by other cases. Well, let's move back to the table of contents by refreshing it, selecting South Africa again and cases. And obviously we're going to select the index to the All South African Law Reports and South African Law Reports. We're going to move past the Noter Up and go straight to the subject index. Again, you can see here that the subject index is alphabetized. So if we are looking for court cases that deals with a specific subject matter, let's take income tax. We select I and move through all these subject entries until we get to the one that's relevant. And once selected, you'll also notice that income tax is displayed in the result view, and you'll notice that all the subdivisions of income tax is alphabetized, and each of the entries have a specific court case that's relevant to that subject area. Right, let's refresh our table of contents again so that we can select the index and Noter Up for our last example, which is the table of statutes. Now we're going to use the table of statutes if we need to find court cases that deals with a specific act. Even if we need court cases that deals with specific sections or subparagraphs of an act, we can use the table of statutes. We're going to select the South African National Acts, and the first thing that you'll notice is that the table of contents is not alphabetized. It's chronologically indexed. So we'll have to scroll down to an act that we are looking for. And for today's example, we're going to use the Income Tax Act. So I'm scrolling through the chronological index of all acts that's available at South Africa to find court cases that deals with a specific act. And we'll also show you how we can find court cases that deals with specific sections and subparagraphs of an act. So finally, we've located the Income Tax Act. So once we've selected the Income Tax Act, all the court cases that deals with this particular act will be displayed in the results pane. You'll also notice that there are court cases that deals with specific sections of the act, and as we scroll down you'll also notice that there are court cases that deals with specific subparagraphs within the act.